I must say I've had an interesting morning, to be honest. Not too far from my drop-off area, the bus driver picks up this homeless guy, and he starts talking out of his backside, saying, arguing with him basically. And the bus driver's trying to keep the payments as simple as possible. He's like, okay, if you're a youth, you pay this much. If you're a senior, you pay that much. Admission, so on and so forth. This homeless guy just goes off saying, I rebuke you in the name of so on and so forth. He keeps doing that. I'm just sitting there like, this poor bus driver is only doing his job. And this homeless guy he just wants to act a fool. Like he's on something. Or otherwise he's just pretty much out of his mind. But anyway, that was only part of my morning. The upside of things, I got McDonald's. I can't stay too long, you guys, because I start my shift in the next half hour. So I'll see if I can get this video under that time frame. But anyway, hostile hospitality. So you ever have somebody who is going through a rough patch? You have a friend who's having a difficult time, just having some place to stay at, and out of the kindness of your heart, you say, hey, why don't you come stay with me? And here's the thing, there's a reason why everybody else has been saying no. It's because friends tend to, they overstay their welcome and towards the extra mile, basically. I've had experience in this area. We would have people stay with us out of the kindness of our hearts, and they would mistake our kindness for weakness. They would tell us a day that they're supposed to be leaving, but then they come up with some exaggerated excuse to stay with us longer. It basically starts to become, Alan Harper from Two and a Half Men, right? It basically starts to become that. They're supposed to only stay until they're back on their feet, or just for a few days to get their mind right. And then that can turn into unnecessary roommates. Like, they're basically your roommates, but they don't pay rent. If you have a roommate, you shouldn't have your friends stay over in the first place. Like, that's just point blank. And because I was talking to my brother about this. I was explaining it to him, and I get it. He wants to look after his friends, but some of these people, they just take advantage. They mistake our kindness for weakness. They want to exaggerate excuses. They want to tell us what we want to hear, just so they can stay longer. They're basically, what do you call it? Prolonging the inevitable. Like, they know they have to leave, but they, for somehow, by the way, I apologize real quick. It's chilly out here, so if you see me doing all that, that's why. It's not, the sun's not out quite yet, but anyway. I just wanted to let you guys know, is he okay? Why is he doing all that? It's just chilly. Nothing to worry about. But anyway. So this one person in particular, they have they have been overstaying their welcome. If it's a few days, I get it. If it's a week, that should be the maximum at most. But this person asked to stay not 7, 8, 9, but 11 days. 11 days at the house. And this person makes me very uncomfortable because they feel really comfortable around me, and that's why I don't make as many friends, because if you're super comfortable around me, that's gonna make me uncomfortable. Like that's just gonna make me put my walls up. Which was part of the reason I had to switch shifts at work, because my boss was being too comfortable around me, and I felt like I couldn't get any work done. I couldn't do what I needed to do. But anyway, this isn't about work. This is about people staying at my place. And at your place, of course. Like, if you're having this problem, it's very simple. Just say no. Pull a Nancy Reagan. Just say no. You cannot stay at my place. By the way, just say no doesn't work with drugs, because peer pressure. But anyway, I'll expand on that probably another time. But this is about people overstaying their welcome. They want to come up with these lame excuses. They just don't want to. They just don't want to be a grown-up. They don't want to take responsibility for themselves or the people they're with. Like, it's this person, their significant other, and their pup. And my place isn't supposed to have dogs. You guys ever know somebody like that? Okay, so quite a few of you. It's fairly simple, because I know how this person is. This person needs to get their life together. This is the reason I had to stay with Juliana. Because, well, first of all, this person's a woman. I'm just gonna get that out the way. And yeah, some of you are like, oh, okay, I now see why Astro's uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm uncomfortable because a woman is super comfortable around me that isn't Juliana, which will cause a problem. That's why I chose not to go home. So I had to spend this past 11 days staying at Juliana's. Not that I had a problem with it. We actually made it work. But the fact of the matter is that I couldn't go to my own house because a woman who's super uncomfortable with me, or super comfortable with me, excuse me, that's just a major red flag. Like, if you guys are in relationships and you had to stay at your SO's house because someone you knew who was beyond comfortable with you was staying at your place with your roommate, of course. Yeah, you wouldn't want to go home either, right? Exactly. Ugh, bat in the cave, sorry. I'm all out of sorts this morning. I apologize. But it's okay. I can survive the next 10 so odd minutes. But anyway, I know this is going to be all temporary. Juliana and I, we're going to have a place of our own. We're not going to have to worry about that anymore, because once we have our own place, I can go straight home. I don't have to worry about other women at my house. I don't have to be afraid to go to my own house. But seriously, just say no to your friends. If you know somebody who is like that, they're just like, hey, my life is not going the way it needs to be. I'm asking you because everyone else said no. There is a reason. You are a grown-up. You need to fix stuff on your own. And she chooses not to. She does not take responsibility for her own actions. And honestly, I don't even care if she's watching this. I'm gonna be straightforward. I don't want her or anybody like her staying at my house. Because they overstay their welcome, they don't pay rent, and they above all, they don't listen to us. They hear us, but they don't listen. And that's what agitates me the most. We're not even supposed to have pets in our apartment, but we're letting it slide anyway. I don't care who gets mad, this video is gonna stay up. I don't care if I get kicked out for this, but honestly, I'm just gonna say how I feel. Because my brother already knows how I feel about this. But this isn't even for him. This is for everyone else. Everyone else who has this problem, who has that friend who's like, hey, can I stay over? I'll pay you this, I'll pay you that. That's another thing too. If they actually want to pay you something, get it up front. Don't wait for like the first of the month or anything. Just be like, look, if you're actually gonna pay me to stay at my place, I want cash up front. I don't want you to mess with me. I don't want you to do this or that. Matter of fact, even if they do pay you up front, just still say no. Excuse me. Because they're actually gonna pull your strings worse if you accept the money from them. They're gonna be like, oh, you know that so on and so forth amount of dollars I paid you so I can stay here. I can technically do this, I can do that, and so on and so forth. No. Whether they pay you or not, just flat out say no. Especially if you're in a relationship. That's as bad as her asking me for money as I'm with my fiance, as I'm with Juliana, because I've had that happen and I was really miffed about it. Because she actually doesn't respect my relationship. That's another reason why I cannot stand to be around her. And she's gonna be like, oh yeah, yes I do. No you don't, because you are super comfortable around me, and that's not okay with me. That actually makes me go uneasy. That makes me, yeah, I'm like a turtle in its shell at that point. These women do not respect my relationship. And that's why I don't even have female friends. Because they want to act a fool. They want to act like my fiance's not there. That's not okay with me. You can't be the way you were back when I was single. You can't be doing that. I'm nearly a married man. Alright? I can't have women acting like that around me. I can't have them being super comfortable with me where they can feel like they can say or do whatever they want. No. That's not going to fly with me. And I know the situation's temporary. They're supposed to be leaving sometime tonight, which means I can go home tomorrow night. But anyway, I just need to get this off my chest. Because I know there are other people who are dealing with this mess, and it's not okay. If you're a grown-up and life has just spat or crapped on you, whatever, figure stuff out. If you want to stay with people, stay with a family member. Or just figure out your next move. Because if you stay with friends, it's not going to go well. You've even seen it in TV series and movie series. When you invite your bestest friend over, it never ends well. They feel like they're part of the house. They can live however they want. You know what? I think it all started when an idiot came up with the phrase, make yourself at home. That is mistake number one. That is the biggest red flag ever. This it's crazy. You know, people shouldn't have to live like this. And I get it. If life has not treated you well, that is the time to adapt. That is the time to come up with a new game plan. Even if you are going to stay with your friend, don't be a jerk about it. You are a guest in their home. Treat their house with respect. I'm starting to get winded. But guys, real talk. Like, if you're gonna have somebody in your house, then they need to respect your boundaries. This is why people who own the house or rent the house, whatever, this is why they ask, okay, how long are you planning to stay here? Because that's the day I'm gonna kick you out. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. If you have a day that you're gonna... But honestly, I still say you shouldn't let your friends stay over. Like, when you're a kid, it's one thing because, well, first of all, you're a kid, obvi. And, you know, parents don't fall for those exaggerated excuses that have them stay longer at the house. They're like, no, little Timmy, you have to go home. You can have another sleepover another time, this and that. Their parents pick them up, they go straight home, and they wait a little bit longer for the next sleepover. It's not like that with grown-ups. With roommates, it's already bad enough because you're always arguing who's got TV time, who's got bathroom time, this and that and the other. It's basically a Big Bang Theory situation. And to have one of your outsider friends come in the house and... Okay, so I remember one time we were living with my mom. We had a couple of our friends stay over. One of the ladies decided to just take over the entire kitchen. It's like, it's... Words cannot describe how frustrating that kind of situation is, guys. I'm telling you. But those are the reasons why you should not have friends stay over. You shouldn't have them stay the night. If you want to have like late night game sessions, I mean, that's one thing. But if you have them stay over and then... That's bad in itself because the mind never sleeps. Which means, in most situations, that's the perfect time, ironically, to come up with an exaggerated excuse as to why you do not want to leave the house in the morning. They'll just be like, is it okay if I stayed just a little bit longer, you know? I just rather not be at the house, so on and so forth. Be a grown-up, face your problems. Whatever it is. Figure out your game plan. Find out how you're gonna get your next meal. Or before that, figure out a more permanent housing situation, because otherwise you're gonna have an Alan Harper situation and they're just never gonna leave. Because we've had people enter our home, give us excuse after excuse, so on and so forth, and even roommates who stayed with us didn't show us a lick of rent. They said, oh, I got this gig coming up. I'm gonna have the rent for you, this, that, and the other. And as soon as they get that money, they're just gonna spend it on crap. Don't let your friends stay over. Whether you're in a relationship or you're not. Trust me, it's bad news. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. I want to thank you for actually listening to me rather than hearing me. Don't forget to get those likes up. Subscribe to my channel at Sensational Delights. Ooh, excuse me. At Sensational Delights. Share this video to people you know, people you don't know. Don't let your friends stay over. Really, just really think about what I said, basically. Be safe, be well, be loved. I love you all. We'll talk soon. Bye.